A man who went into the virtual world because of the family problems. He won his first tournament at the age of 11. Valve fixed the op because of him. He was that good. You could call him a sniper who is zoned. In this video, you will learn the story of one of the best snipers in CSGO. Kenny Shrub, better known as Kenny S, is a former French professional CSGO player. He was considered the best sniper in the world for a while. I'm sure you also put his nickname in avatar in your Steam profile somewhere in 2015, like I did. Kenny S got his start in computer games quite early. At the age of 6, he was introduced to CS thanks to his brother and his computer. By the way, they have quite a big age difference, something like 10 years. But within a few years after getting acquainted with the game, Kenny became the best among his kin. He played his first tournament at the age of 11 and amazingly won it. This and subsequent events led to him being invited to more and more tournaments. But then he mostly went to a town called Arles. In 2012, he joined the very games, in fact his first professional team. It was not just the first, but the best in the world at the time. Kenny himself was still talking about it. At the time, they were still playing CS Source, but soon the team moved to CSGO and Kenny S was quickly named the rising star of the new game for his excellent performances. After playing it for a year, he was kicked in 2013 and began to move around the teams. He managed to play in such groups as LDLC, Clan Mystique. Moreover, that year he was ranked 12th in the world's top players. The next team after Clan Mystique is Titan, for which he also lose a little over a year, but even then he will show the entire cybersport world who is the true god of AWP. Kenny S was a unique sniper with his own style of play. He was not afraid to take aggressive positions. You know, it's uncomfortable to play at close range with an op, but Kenny S didn't care about that. He had an unreal reaction. When most snipers were playing passive and waiting for the enemy to come out in their sight, Kenny himself would find them around the map and pick them off with an unreal flex. That's how good he was. But in 2015, Valve fixed the op. They made it slower and Kenny S could no longer play as aggressively. He was offended. He even said that Valve had introduced this nerf just because of him. After the update, moves with the op were so slow that he couldn't hit his opponents. But this didn't stop him. He had to adjust his style of play. He trained very hard and started to show his magic op game again. At that time, he still moved to Team Envious. Almost immediately, Kenny S' new team almost won ESL 1 Cologne. A little later, Envious beat Natus Venturi at DreamHack, becoming champions and one of the strongest teams in the world. But his game slowly began to get worse. It seemed that the peak of his career had passed. In February 2017, life threw Kenny S into G2 with a full 5 years to play. That's the longest he's been with the team. You can see for yourself that he was still a pretty strong player and has strengthened the squad. But over the years, he did start to give up. And when Nico joined the team, all attention shifted to the star player. And Kenny S became one of the worst players on the team. He wasn't hitting with the knob in easy moments, and it was evident how he went from being a legendary sniper to a mediocre one. In 2022, he moved to the Falcons team, with whom he would play in the qualifiers for the last major in CSGO. They did not qualify for the main event of the year, but Kenny received a new achievement, a record for the number of frags with a knob in the entire history of CSGO. And then at the major, Kenny S took the stage in his native France and announced the end of his career as a player. Kenny S is one of the most respected players in the cybersport. You can count an endless amount of fans around the world who admire the Frenchman's style of play and his contribution to cybersport, and I am one of them. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. Check out Manesi's story. Kenny S said that he is like a brother to him and that their styles of play are very similar. See ya!